Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of our Torchwood reaction. This is Haarute Live, and my name is Matt, and we're about to start day 5 of Children of Earth here, and I'm excited because Children of Earth has been amazing. It's been amazing, and yeah, I've been really enjoying Torchwood this season because the thing is that Torchwood has had a very different feeling. Season 1 had a feeling. Season 2 had like an upgraded version of that feeling, and sometimes it wasn't that, it was something else. And this season, Children of Earth, it's just been like something completely different. It's just been like something whatever. And it's been great. I really been enjoying this. And yes, we're about to reach its conclusion on day 5. What happened last episode? What happened on yesterday, day 4? Ianto died, and it appears we're gonna be giving the aliens, the 456, 10% of the child population of the world, which is like the 200 and whatever million, I think. Fuck, man, that's a lot. That's a lot of fucking children. But that's where we're at, and yeah, like yeah, what like yesterday, previous episode, we tried to like fight it because Jack regretted doing that, and this time Ianto was like, let's fucking fight them, and everyone was like, yeah, let's stop them. And they had this whole thing where the St. Louis Habiba essentially talk to the prime minister and be like, okay, we're gonna do the right thing. Torchwood is mobilizing. They're doing something, and they went against the alien. They went with the 456 and said like, hey, I'm Captain Jack Harkness. I met you before, and it's like, this time I'm gonna stop you, and gave it like a pretty good motivational speech that for sure would have worked in Doctor Who. Didn't really work in Torchwood. The alien was like, oh yeah, fuck you, and just kill Ianto. Well, kill everyone in the building, including Jack, but Jack doesn't die, so Ianto, really. And yeah, the episode ended with there's nothing we can do. It's just Wen and Jack just standing over Ianto's dead body, and there's no one else, and it's like, yeah. Clem also died, by the way, so fuck me. I don't know what we're gonna do here in day 5 because this should be the conclusion, and it feels like it should be. Like, you cannot stretch this any further. But like, I don't even know what we're gonna do. Are we just gonna give them the children? Maybe. So yeah, Torchwood. By the way, it's 10 p.m. on a Sunday night. So the thing is that like this week, previous week and this week are like, they're complicated because like there's Christmas and there's also like New Year's. And also I learned this the other day, by the way. I didn't know this, but apparently just like having like gatherings or parties or whatever, not really a party but like a gathering, I suppose, like a family thing, that is that a Latino thing on the 24th and the 31st, right? So Christmas Eve, I don't think it's a thing for a lot of people. It's just Christmas Eve. But for us, that's really where Christmas is. The midnight Christmas Eve. And then the next day is just like, yeah, whatever. We're just eating leftovers, and that's really it. I thought that was a universal thing, but I was told by a friend of Canada that that's not, in fact, the case. That is just a Latino thing. Because I saw a Twitter meme, and then we started talking about it. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, because last week was Christmas Eve, and this week is New Year's Eve. And kind of like, I'm just recording this as soon as I can, which is Sunday, 10 p.m. just because I need to make sure everything is prepped up. So I will be recording dark maybe tomorrow or whatever, whenever I'm available. Also, I have other plans that I might do with the channel, but we'll see. But yeah, in case shit gets weird or there's noise or whatever, it's because it's 10 p.m. Oh, and I forgot to mention, somebody fucking sent me a link. There's a Ianto shrine in Cardiff, in the Cardiff Bay. I need confirmation as to whether or not that is still a thing. Because like after Ianto died in Torchwood, they made a Ianto shrine. I didn't know Ianto was so loved, but fuck me, dude. I want to know so bad. Like I seen the Ianto shrine. I saw the pictures. What I want to know is if it's still there, because I read somewhere that it was still there in like 2016 or whatever, because like it just became a thing and they just let it be and nobody really bothered to like tear it down or whatever. I want to know if the Ianto shrine is still there in 2020. And if anyone has ever seen the Ianto shrine and has taken a picture with it, please send that picture to me. I want to see the Ianto shrine. I want to know if it's still there, and then I'll think about making plans to visit Cardiff at some point in my life, and hopefully the Ianto shrine will still be there. But holy shit, that is so, because like it's a bunch of pictures, but it's also like fan art and maybe there's fanfic or whatever, and poems and whatever written about this fictional dumbass character. It's like yes, I love that. I love that so much, because that is the thing that like Japanese people do for anime characters. So I guess that really confirms that Doctor Who is really an anime. It's just British anime. Anyway, whatever. Let's watch the episode. Torchwood, Children of Earth, season 3, episode 5, day 5. Let's go.
I wanted to know about that doctor of his.
Yeah. Tell me about him.
The man who appears out of nowhere and saves the world, except sometimes he doesn't.
Sometimes he doesn't, yeah.
All those times in history when there was no sign of him.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know why not. But I don't need to ask anymore. Sometimes the doctor must look at this planet and turn away in shame. I'm recording this in case anyone ever finds it, so you can see. You can see how the world ended.
These inoculations will guarantee no repeat of the problems of the past 4 days.
David, on your feet. Go to the Baxters opposite, then go to Sally's, then go to Mrs. Singh. Tell them we'll have the kids only free of charge.
You and Mr. Green and this government have proven yourselves incapable of handling this crisis. All decisions will now go through me, you were saying?
The US doesn't really have jurisdiction to say, this is how we're gonna kill the British children.
Once the children are assembled,
What then? Yeah.
how do you collect them?
I had the same question like the
As
episode.
we arrived, observe.
Oh! Just teleport away?
Some sort of transportation device taking them.
Okay. The fire beam.
But let me ask, not
What is this
as a
music?
representative,
But as a father.
as a father.
Yeah. About the children.
You need these children.
What? That's what the
We've
soundtrack
seen
is
you
like a
hooked up
child.
to that boy, but why? Are they keeping you alive?
No,
Okay, so it's not survival.
Then what are they for?
but yet
I don't understand.
They're just drugs.
they create chemicals. The chemicals are good.
Good in what way?
We feel good.
The children are drugs!
Chemicals are good.
They're like trucks. You're shooting up on children. Our children.
Mm-hmm. Wow! They're shooting up children. They're getting high on children. This is amazing. Fucking love this show.
Ianto Jones, he's got family back in South Wales. A sister, has she been told?
We're not releasing her names, not yet.
Then let Gwen tell her. Can't look at her anymore.
I like that. Jack is like, everyone died. It's just her now. So please let her just go home with her husband.
You might want to take a look at this.
Oh, she's gonna show her what's actually happening.
When our name's chosen, John. Right. Good. In what way chosen?
Your children will be inoculated.
I see. But there is no inoculation.
This action will help the public and show them no cause for unrest. Your children will then be taken to one of the designated rendezvous points, and they'll become part of the process.
All right, then.
The government must be seen as victims of the 456. We must be seen to have lost.
And you have to be the person.
If you put me on camera, I will tell people the truth.
And your daughters would know where they're going.
He has nothing to lose anymore if you're gonna lose it anyway.
I can't do it, I won't!
Yeah.
You can't make me!
In which case, your children will be taken without you.
But you've seen what they do to them! They're just girls, sir! They're just girls! They're not like
I'm sorry, John.
So here's the thing, is that the whole time I knew John Frobisher was gonna get it. In some way, I knew he was gonna get it. And when they instantly showed me that he has children, I was like, his children are gonna get picked. Like, at least one. But no! This is even worse, because it's like, we're gonna use you.
Position 31.
What for?
What is the Requisition 31?
Yes, you can.
What for, sir?
Position 31, thank you.
So they're saying, we're just gonna send you in to die. Like what they've been doing the entire time. Just, we're gonna send you in so you can be the public face. So then when your children get fucked up to become alien drugs, we can say, oh, the government lost too. So the public doesn't get mad at us. Fuck you. This is when he calls Gwen and Riz and says, release the information. What is the Requisition 31? Is it a gun? Display of affection, which means that some shit is about to happen with this man.
It's Torchwood. That's what did it. They give you retcon and chemicals and radiation and God knows what. Bloody pill didn't stand a chance. That's what Torchwood does, you see. It ruins your life.
How's it ruined?
You want to have kids in a world like this, Reese?
You're not getting rid of it.
Is that right?
Gwen is so fucked up right now. I like that I can see it.
How I met John Frobisher.
Where you're the first person that
30
he
years
hooked
ago.
up on.
You weren't even born.
So when she said, don't you go thinking you were the first,
Just down the corridor, there he was.
I thought instantly, because of the way she reacted, that she was also someone.
He kept working. Head down, worked hard all his life. I didn't think he even knew my name. And we made quite the team. Always worked hard. I don't think that's valued enough these days. Hard work. And he was a good man. I want you to know that. Because when the history of this is written...
Yeah, he's not...
They'll talk about the ministers.
They're not gonna paint him as a good man.
Things with numbers for names, and I think people will forget.
Is he gonna shoot your children? Because it's better than the destiny with the drugs? I swear to God, if he just shoots his little girls, it's gonna be like, wow.
If ever you think of John Frobisher, just remember that it wasn't his fault.
I think that's where this is heading. He's gonna kill them. He's gonna kill all of them and then himself, probably. Close the door. That was 4. That was 4. Whoa! Holy shit.
Excuse me, where are you taking them?
I like that even the teachers are like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, they told him about Ianto dying.
He didn't say anything about my car, did he?
Fucking shut up about the car.
I don't even know your name. I protect the state. I was brought up to believe in and protect the state. Not much good now, are you? And the one person you need right now is Jack Harkness.
Is he having a change of heart and just being like, I'm gonna free him? Or... Yeah, they are! Fuck the police, we're freeing them. Jack, rescue operation, we need you. Yeah, but what do we do? There's no plan. There's nothing we can do. Alright, a civil war is brewing. Let's go! Yeah. Oh my god, we're fighting them. A civil war is happening. Fuck the man. Fuck the soldiers. We're fighting for our rights. We're fighting for our children.
There's nothing you can do. I've analysed those transmissions for 40 years and never broken them.
Ooh! I like that. We're doing the right thing, like it or not. I don't know why we're gonna do it, but we're doing it.
There's one thing I always meant to ask Jack.
Okay, this is when they record that shit.
You can see how the world ended.
Not literally, but thematically. When the human spirit died. When we gave away 10% of our children.
You didn't mean it, did you? Getting rid of it?
No, of course I did. I would never. Never. I wouldn't do that to you, sweetheart. No, I'm sorry.
Why did Clem die?
Yeah!
It was the 456, they killed him.
Yeah, but they sever the link. That's something they said.
That sound, Mr. Decker, what's that sound?
I don't know, it's new.
Turn it into a constructive wave. But we've got no way of transmitting.
Of course you have.
Shut up.
Same way as them.
I'll find something else.
The 456 use children to establish the resonance.
We can use children to send a message back.
We need a child.
Eldest child.
That child's gonna fry.
No, Dad. No, tell them no. One child or millions. Dad. No? Dad, tell them no! We're running out of time. No, Dad! Captain.
Jesus. They saw them. They're just running after them.
What are we doing, Uncle Jack? What's happening?
All the children in the world are screaming. Jesus. Fuck, man. I hate that. I hate seeing him shake like that. Ugh. Because I feel like his head is just gonna blow up any second. Okay, the 456 exploded. Good. And they left. It worked. It worked. It fucking worked. I can't believe that shit. Well, fuck this shit, man. This fucking sucks. Fucking damn it, man. I mean, it worked, but God, if this was Doctor Who, Jack would be able to just give him some of his life energy or whatever, but the reality is that no. This just has to suck. This has to hurt. This has to be the most fucked up thing ever.
You could say we were lucky. We can say that today's events were in American hands.
And do you think that's lucky?
Yes, I do rather.
Your first thought now is to save your own skin. Contact lenses, sir. The Torchwood contact lenses.
She got the
And Lois was very helpful. She told me how they worked.
Yeah. Fuck you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Including your statement just now that after the events of today, you feel, as you said in your very own words,
Very lucky.
lucky.
Uh-huh. Today was lucky.
Thank you, Bridget. You're free to go. And Miss Habiba will be released. I'll see to it myself.
And she's instantly playing along.
I think I'll be taking charge of very many things in the days to come.
Oh my god. I don't know which of those do I hate the most. Prime Minister or that lady. Alice, this is gonna suck. Just walking back in. Probably never gonna see Alice ever again. 6 months later. Okay, time skip. So here's the thing. Torchwood is gone. Torchwood is fucking gone. It blew up at the first episode. So now it's just like, what do we do with these characters? The meeting with Jack in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, okay.
You okay?
Yeah. This planet is too small. Got a lot of dirt to shake off my shoes.
They found it in the wreckage. Indestructible. Back at Zona, I put on a new strap for you.
This will work though.
Bill me.
Are you ever coming back, Jack?
What for?
Me. It wasn't your fault.
I think it was
No.
Stephen and Ianto and Owen and Tasha and Susie and all of them because of me.
But you saved us? Didn't you?
I began to like it. And look what I became. I have lived so many lives. It's time to find another one.
But they died. And I am sorry, Jack, but you cannot just run away. Cannot run away.
Oh, yes, I can. Just watch me.
You can. And it's gone.
Let's go home, yeah.
If Miles is a good crier, I have to say that. You know what? I'm beginning to think there wasn't meant to be a season 4. I'm beginning to think this was meant to be it. That feels like a really good... You know what that feels like? That feels like this would just be the end of the show, and then there would be like a movie, and that would be it. That's what that feels like. So yeah. Jesus. Alright, that's... Alright. That really felt like a Torchwood finale. It really did. And I'm thinking that might have been the case. They were just like, Torchwood's done, but before we go, let's have a fucking banger of a season, of like a mini season. And people told me this fucking season aired in the span of 5 days. Fuck, man. Can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine watching all of those episodes in less than a week? Just, I would get my mind fucking blown. Like, I wouldn't be able to keep up. Like, it would have been too much. I have a week to digest every episode. People didn't get that back then, but whatever, man. Okay. Children of Earth, that was amazing. But, like, yeah, the ending really felt like Torchwood's done. Because, like, the show is called Torchwood. Torchwood doesn't exist anymore, man. Torchwood's done. The fucking building blew up. Everyone died. It's just Jack, who's never gonna die, and Gwen. And Gwen is done with Torchwood as well. She's like, fuck that shit that ruined my life. that broke me as a person forever. And Jack is like, yes, me too. And I tried to pretend it didn't, but then I killed my own grandchild, so suppose it did. I'm gone, man. Fuck, dude. That's so fucked. Like, so previous episode, I was thinking, what are we gonna do for the 5th episode? This is what we're gonna do. Because I thought that they were going to save something, but not save everyone. I suppose it is kind of true to what actually happened, but it was the other way around. We're gonna kill someone to save the rest. And the fact that Jack made the call, the fact that it was his own grandchild, that's so fucked. That's so fucked. I feel like with Torchwood, we just have to assume characters that are dead unless proven otherwise. I feel like it has to be the other way around, right? Usually with sci-fi, you have to assume characters are alive unless proven otherwise. Case in point, Owen. But with this show, I feel like, no. Like, if it's better for the narrative for them to be dead, because it would just be more fucked, and it would just add to the experience, I feel like I should just assume that they're dead. And I feel like I can do that. So, man, and the beginning, when they just straight up asked the alien, the 456, why are you doing this? What do you want the children for? Do you need them to survive? And they're like, no. What do you need them for? The hit. What do you mean? They're drugs and they feel good. They make the good chemical go and we like it. And then the fucking unit guy is like, so you're getting high on our children. Yes. Man. I would not have expected that. Not in a million years I would have expected that. I would have thought that they needed for them to survive or something. Like, I would have even thought that they were doing this for the children's sake. Like, they think that they're helping them, and maybe they are in some way. Like, I would not have thought we need them because they feel good in my body and they're drugs. They're a nicotine patch. Well, not really. It's like heroin, but permanently attached to you, and it feels good, and we want more. Fuck, man. Jesus. I have to upload the beginning of the episode as well as when they recorded it later on, which is Gwen is just like, I always meant to ask Jack, what about this doctor of his? What the fuck is the deal with that? And that magically shows up to save the planet sometimes, but sometimes he doesn't. And why does he just sometimes just not look at it? Why does it just sometimes just not show up? And she's like, and I know the answer now, because sometimes he just sees us and he's like, fuck that planet, man. Fuck the human race. And turns away in shame. Because we did get to see the dirt of the planet. We did get to see the dirt of the human race come up, like previous episode and this episode and everything, right? Because we've had so many politics and politicians and just bad guys that are just doing their job, man. And it's just like, at this point, Gwen is like, fuck this planet, fuck this life, fuck this race, fuck everything. We're just giving away 10% of our children. And it's like, oh my god. And fuck that prime minister. And fuck that lady too. And I suppose the lady's gonna become prime minister lady now. Fuck that as well. Where's Harriet Jones, man? She's dead. But like, Harriet Jones was okay, I think. Yeah, kinda. But like, this dude? Fuck this dude. Whatever his name was. And look, let's talk about the Frobisher thing. So, instantly, I was like, Mr. Frobisher's gonna get it. Like, maybe not him, but like, he's gonna get it in some way. And I thought his children were gonna get it. And then the Prime Minister said it, and I was like, okay. But the way he said, like, the reason why they were gonna get his children is fucked too, because it's essentially saying, okay, so we need the public to feel good about giving them or giving us their children, and we need to make them feel like we're doing a good thing here. So we're just gonna make a public show of we getting your children. So then when your children die, we can say, oh, the government lost as well because the aliens tricked us. And Mr. Frobisher is like, fuck you. You saw what they did to these children. And he's like, yeah, I'm busy, so get out of here. And Frobisher instantly is like, all right, fuck this. The way that was directed, when the lady, the lady that had a crush on Mr. Frobisher, and I'm not sure if she actually had a thing with him or if it was just a one-sided crush, but I like that she visited Luis Habiba, and then she was like, okay, here's the thing, and she said everything about John Frobisher, how she met him, and everything how it was like 30 years ago, and then Lois is like, why are you telling me this? And she's like, because I want you to know that John Frobisher was a good man. And I want you to remember him as such. Because when the history books record what happens, they're gonna say some shit. And we see him grab the gun and then hide him behind him and walk upstairs in slow motion to where his children and his wife are. And I'm just like, oh God, dude. The way that entire sequence was written and directed and everything was just perfect. It was perfection because I knew how it was going to end. And I even called how it was going to end. Like, he closed the door and then it was like, hear the gunshots. And then I was counting them. It was like, pop, pop, pop. Yeah, 3. Pop. There's the suicide. There's the 4th one. All right. They didn't need to explain that. They didn't need to explain anything. It was just perfect. And that's so fucked. This show's fucked. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna... Fuck it. I'm gonna make use of the OVS ability to just draw pictures into the OVS, and you can just show them. So I'm gonna drag something into OVS, and I'm gonna and there we go. This is the picture. This is the picture I wanted. This is the picture I wanted. This is Torchwood right here. This is Torchwood. Okay, so I'm gonna actually edit a picture of Captain Jack Harkness, of John Barrowman's face, and I'm gonna recreate this picture. And it's just gonna be that, but it's gonna be his face instead. I'm gonna post it on Twitter or whatever. That's Torchwood right there. This is Torchwood. That's fucking Torchwood. And like, it's only gotten worse every fucking time this shit happens. Every time there are children involved. Well, this time we were gonna give away 10% of the children to become alien drugs that are never gonna die, but and we didn't, and that was good. But instead, Jack killed his grown grandson. So fuck me, right? Jesus, I fucking love Torchwood. Torchwood is so much better than like half Doctor Who episodes. Like, Children of Earth is better than, I want to say 75% of Doctor Who episodes, maybe 80 even. Children of Earth is just fantastic. It's just fantastic. And like, yes, Torchwood is also a hit or miss show like Doctor Who, because different writers, different episodes, different stories. But like, whenever Torchwood is good, it's just like amazing. Whenever Torchwood just nails that episode, nails the story. So like, Exit Wounds fucked me up, and that was great. That was peak Torchwood. Children of Earth, peak Torchwood. Just the entirety of it, and it's just like, this show is really good. And like, but like, here's the thing: is that I don't know if I want more Torchwood. I'm gonna watch season 4. Don't worry about it. But I don't know if I want. If this aired today, I would be like, do I want more Torchwood, or do I just want to just say, yeah, this is it? Because like, everyone's dead. Jack's gone. He's given up. Gwen's given up. She has a family to take care of now. It's like, yeah, we're done. So like, this actually does make me worried for Torchwood season 4, Miracle Day. I think that's what it's called. I have been told that it's like it's an RTD script and you can feel that it is Torchwood, but it is directed like an American show, so it's really weird. And I instantly got like, I'm not gonna lie, I got like a little bit excited because I was like, oh, is it gonna be like the Doctor Who 1996 movie? Because that was my jam. That was fucking dope. I want to see Torchwood directed like that, and paced like that. But now I'm like actually worried because it feels like there's nothing else to do. It feels like whatever we do is gonna feel forced. So hopefully it won't. But man, this episode's just it feels so final. It feels so final. I love this episode. Okay, now I'm gonna skim through it. So let's see what happened in the show. Like half of the episode was just like the feeling of we're really doing this, huh? And it just feels so awful and it feels so depressive. And then when story beats happen, it's like, oh shit, something's happening. And then it's like, oh, we might be able to do it. Oh, we need to kill that kid. The thing is that Jack blames himself for every person that dies, essentially, in the show. To a degree, it is his fault. But not really. Like, because that's the thing, it's the aliens' fault. The aliens that came in and said, fuck these kids. But Ianto was the one that pulled the trigger on the one kid in order to, like, save the rest. And it's essentially the same thing he did in 65. There were so many millions of people that were going to die, and he decided, I'm just going to kill 12 of them. And he did. So Steven and Ianto and Owen and Tosh and Susie and just everybody. The thing is that Gwen goes, but you saved us. And Jack goes, I began to like it. And look at what that turned me into. Look what I became. Because like that's the thing, is that Jack is such a weird character. Because he's a high charisma, like hero character. But he's not a hero. Like he is, but he isn't. We've seen many times when Jack has made the decision to just do something that is morally wrong for a greater good, which is something the Doctor would never do, except he did, and then he forever regretted it. But like, and then he decided, I'm never going to do that again. Jack is, I suppose, going through that, you know? But he's done it like several times now. And often with children too, which is even more fucked. Just even more fucked. But like, Jack is such an interesting character. Because he's like so friendly and charismatic and has this energy about him that is just like, oh, he's a great guy. And then he's like, all right, I suppose I'll kill that child because I have to, really. And it's like, oh, you're someone that really doesn't care about doing it if you have to. And he's like, yeah. And this has been several times. Like even previous episode when we saw the backstory for 1965, they were like, you need a man who needs to go in there and is immortal in case they hit or attack him or whatever. And she's like, no. We need someone that doesn't care to deliver them the children. And he was like, fuck, man. And it is true. Because Jack cannot come up with a magical solution to solve everything. He will give that child's life away. And he did. And that's fucked, man. Torchwood's fucking great, dude. Torchwood's fucking great. I have to say, a problem that might happen with a show like Doctor Who and compared to Torchwood is the fact that like you care about characters a lot when you see them go through stuff and feel them go through stuff. The thing about Doctor Who is that while we do see them and companions and everyone go on adventures, it does create this bond, but at the same time, it takes a bit for me to get invested into the characters themselves if I don't see them struggle in some way, go through stuff in some way. I care about the Torchwood team so much. I say team, but there's really two left. And the only reason why I care about them is because I've seen them go through so much shit that at this point I'm like, do not touch my babies anymore. Do not hurt them. Do not make them go through shit anymore. Why can't they be happy? So, and like that's something that Torchwood can really do. Because Torchwood is relentless. Torchwood does not give a fuck. Like the universe of Torchwood. Russell T Davies himself, writing this episode, does not give a shit. And I know he's not the only writer. Like, I don't know who wrote Exit Wounds. Was it like Chibnall or some shit? Exit Wounds. Exit Wounds Torchwood. Who wrote it? It was Chibnall, yeah. So it's like whoever writes, because the universe of Torchwood itself is so fucked, and like these characters go through so much fuck shit, and like often it's not really for any purpose whatsoever, for any growth of a character. But I'm realizing now that the reason why that is, and I suppose I kind of realized this before with the Stardust Crusaders comparison, is the fact that it's not only that we see him goofing around, it's that we see him struggling. And after a certain point, there's so many emotions that I have regarding these characters and regarding their stories and their struggles that I'm just like invested. I'm beyond invested. So like, I care about Gwen, I care about Jack, and I do care about Riz now. And I did care about Owen and Tosh a lot. And then it read my heart out. And I did care about Ianto. And the only reason why I feel like I wasn't as shook with Ianto as with the previous two is because they didn't treat it as like it was a sad thing, but it felt more like hopeless than it did sad. Because when he died, like the final thing about that episode was like, there's nothing we can do. It's just like they're gonna take 10% of the child population and fucked it. And that's it. It's done. Everyone's gonna die. And it felt hopeless. And that's how I felt. And now we had a magic solution that solved that, but we had to kill someone in the process, someone that mattered. And like and now Jack is hurt. And Gwen is even hurt after previous episode. And I like that if Miles has done a fantastic job as Gwen, I have to say that, by the way. And this goes from a lot of things. Just everything about her acting. Like, sometimes she does like a goofy ass face to every reaction to something, and I'm just like, yes, that's perfect. Good job. And the way she says things and the way she acts, and sometimes she's pissed, sometimes she's not, sometimes she's being a petty asshole, and it works because it works for Gwen. I like this character of Gwen because it's so over the place, and it's also a very emotive character, and I feel like we don't get a character that is so emotive as Gwen sometimes. That after Ianto died, Gwen is just destroyed. Like, Jack is destroyed. Jack is hurt, but like Jack can still be Jack while destroyed. Gwen's entire character changes when she's as sad, depressed, and hopeless as she was today. Like, and Jack was like, I can't bear to look at her like this. And you see Gwen, and she's just crawling to a corner, just staring at nothing, crying. And like, and every interaction with like Andy or Riz or whatever, she's just saying shit that is just the most depressing thing ever. And it's just like, oh my God, Gwen. But like, I get it, right? I get it. I get why she feels like this. And I'm like, Jack, I don't want to see her like this. But in a sick, twisted way, I do, because it makes me care. Fuck, man. Alright, so those children of Earth. Jesus. Fucking Alice got a rough deal. John Frosher got a rough deal. There's so many characters that got a rough deal, man. Fuck, man. What did Jack say he had to do? So they brought him his like time Asian shit. He said, got a lot of dirt to shake off my shoes. And right now there's a cold fusion cruiser surfing the iron reefs just at the edge of the solar system. Just waiting to open its transport dock. Alright. Alright, so Jack is just saying, I'm gone. I'm just gonna go and fuck it. You know, I'm done. And I like that how Jack put it, which is essentially, I've lived many lives. This is the beginning of a new one. Because this essentially just means this is the end of Torchwood. This is the end of the Torchwood chapter of Captain Jack Harkness' life. Like, I'm done. Like, I live here at Torchwood. Like, I've done shit for Torchwood for like 200 years. I spent like 1900 years buried under dirt. Whatever amount of time with that fuckery might have happened with Torchwood, regardless, whatever. That was all the Torchwood chapter of my life. And now it's come to an end after it broke me and I had to kill my own grandchild. And Ianto died, and Owen died, and Tosh died, and everyone died, and fuck, man. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at. So yeah, those Children of Earth. Sucks, man. But there's nothing I want more. There's nothing I want more than to see Captain Jack Harkness meet the 12th Doctor. Like, come on. Come on. Come on. Man. Come on. Because, like, I knew Peter Capaldi was a character in Torchwood, but I thought he was just, like, a random one-off episodic character that shows up for whatever. It's just like I picked him and then whatever, we need to see him again. No, he's an actual character that matters and is very important for this entire story arc, which is the best story arc in Torchwood. And he matters a lot, and Jack knows them, and they've known him for a while. He's their contact inside the government. It's like, all right, so Doctor Who 60th year anniversary. Please, Peter Capaldi, do not be dead by the time the 6th year anniversary comes. I'm just praying right now. So when would it be the 6th year anniversary? It would be in 3 years. 2, really. Well, yeah, 2 for filming. Like 2 and something. Please? Please. Have the 12th Doctor be in it. And have Captain Jack Harkness be in it. That's all I'm asking. John Barrowman is clearly willing to be in Doctor Who. Please, get them both in. I don't care who else is in it. Just get the 12th Doctor and Captain Jack Harkness in a room. And I just want to see what happens. I just want to see that shit. Man. Anyway, that was it for Children of Earth, I suppose. That was fantastic. Torchwood is fucking great whenever it wants to be. And I'm not saying it's bad the rest of the time, but it's like, Torchwood is hit or miss. Some episodes are better than others, we can all agree on that. But Children of Earth is just a banger. It's just fantastic. And yeah, I'm happy to have watched that. So yeah. Yeah, that's it for Children of Earth. And okay. I'm throwing this out in the air, and I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but if there are no spoilers for Miracle Day in the Doctor Who's holiday special that is coming up, I think it's called Revolution of the Daleks, that is gonna air in 4 days. If there are no spoilers to that, I'll watch that next Wednesday. Well, when is it airing? 31st. Oh shit! It was. Oh. Maybe I won't do it on Wednesday. I'll do it as soon as I can, but maybe Wednesday. But I'll watch it and then I'll see what I do with that. But yes, I'll watch the Doctor Who holiday special if there are not spoilers for Torchwood season 4, which I don't think there will be. But just in case. just to make sure. I've asked people on the previous episode, tell me if there will be spoilers, and I'm sure Patreon people will let me know. But like, yes, hopefully we'll see if there are spoilers. I don't think there will be, because I feel like that would alienate your audience, so I don't think they will do that. But there might be some hints that I may be able to read into, and hopefully there won't be that. But if anything else, I'll be watching that Doctor Who special before starting season 4. That's gonna be the replacement from Torchwood, yes. And then we'll go back to Torchwood season 4, and then we'll figure out what we do from there. But yeah, for the time being, that's it. Yeah, man. Children of Earth, fucking banger. Let's go. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of a Torchwood reaction. If you would like to see the next one, it should already be up on Patreon, as well as full length for all of this and that and everything else. Check out the links in the description for Patreon and all the social media, and I'll see you next time. Okay everyone, take care. Goodbye.